Hey guys, welcome back to another Imperial base update. I got a lot of stuff done this video. I finished a lot on the mountain. I'm almost finished that, which is really nice. On the inside of the base, you can see in the background there, I made a little lift for one of my speeders. I added some more to the meeting room, and then some little stuff around the base. So that's really awesome. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So sit back, relax, and yeah, enjoy. So starting at the back here with the first change that I made, I talked to you guys before about how I wanted to make a bit of like a lift here kind of for the speeders so then they can be worked on, and also so I could fit a speeder underneath there. And if you remember before, I used to have some arms that were sticking out of the wall that I wanted to make into some kind of platform for like Vader to stand on or something. So as you can see, I took that out and I added in this lift. So I cleared out some of those minifigures so you guys can have a better look at it. But this is what it looks from the side here. Just a little panel there with a gauge, and then just a little bit of detail on the sides. I made like a really cool base to it with those angled kind of plate pieces. And then I have those arms that they're sitting on, which can also move as well. So if I take the speeder off and just set it down here, you can see these pieces are just like normal arms that cars would sit on, except obviously it's for speeders. And then while I have this open, I can open these up just to show you guys the back here. So I added in just a little bench with some tools on it, and then there's obviously that guy working there. And then you might remember that fuel hose from before that went into these speeders. So that hose is already pretty short as it is, and it couldn't really reach the speeders anymore where they were sitting because I moved everything over a little bit. So it's attached to the back there, and then I had to add a little bit of an extension as well. And in the back there, I made that little gadget, the one with the red dot on it. I made that a while ago. I didn't know where to put it, but I ended up putting it right there. And then the barrel beside it and the barrel on the other side, I made those before, and they were kind of stuffed in that corner. So I just spread them out a little bit more and put them on either side of the bench. And I also added that Imperial crate there, which actually came with the Imperial Marauder. Actually, speaking of the Imperial Marauder, here it is back together again. As you guys probably saw in one of my TikToks, I did accidentally destroy it. I was recording a video and I accidentally stepped on it and it got completely destroyed. So sit back, relax, and here's a time lapse of me rebuilding it. So as you guys probably know, it is very difficult to put back together a set where some of the pieces are together and some of them aren't. It makes it very confusing, but obviously I did it. So back to the inside of the base, I'm also thinking of building some kind of custom speeder that I'll put on the bottom of that because as you guys know, I'm using the other speeder for this trailer out on the outside of the base, so let me know what you guys think about that. So as for the center of the base, I do have these Wookiees chained up. As you guys know, like from Solo, Empire has used Wookiees as slaves before, so I decided to throw them into mock because I have a couple and they kind of take up a good amount of space too. The idea is that they would be taking them through that door into some kind of jail area or something, or someplace to work, so yeah. Now for this room, I have made a couple different changes here. Something that you guys wouldn't really notice is that I actually moved this wall one stud forward. So on that side, I don't know if you can see there, but I have that little handrail on the other side of that wall. I used to have one here. I don't have space for it anymore because I did push this forward. I kind of had to because of what I was doing on this wall. So I know I wanted something there. I didn't really know what. I was thinking of doing something like how they have the walls in the meeting room in A New Hope, which is why I started doing these little angled pieces on the walls. That's a really, chewed up brick, but that's okay. And then I added just some other technical details like all those vents and then the bit in the middle. That big vent piece, you probably might remember that. I have another one, an identical one there that I'm using, but I'm still missing some pieces. That's why it kind of looks unfinished. Now, I'm not really sure if I'll keep it or not because I don't know if it really fits the vibe of the room, but yeah, I'll have to see about that. And now on the other side of the room, I just put it up. This is a patch, an Imperial patch. It came from Lawfully. If you guys want to check them out, the link is in my link tree. They make some really cool stuff, including Star Wars patches and a bunch of other different themes. And they can also do custom ones as well. I got this one custom made just for this room, which is really, really awesome. And then also on this side, I used to have Vader there, but instead I put Lord Sidious. I have one of his guards. It's actually the older version. I got that in a haul of Lego that I got a while ago. I should probably get another one to go there. And I know that's not the right color spear, but I don't have any black spears. I sent them all to SW Bricks for his mock that he was doing, the castle one. So I will definitely need to get 2 more. those spears, and then another guard to go there beside him. And I would obviously like to get some more Imperial officers, and then I need to buy another chair, which will go there, which is pretty easy to get. But yeah, some more Imperial officers like that around the table would be really, really nice. As for the mountain, I filled up this whole top area with some bricks and plates. I have that skeleton there because I want him to go on top of the mountain, like a dead body on the mountain. Once I'm done with all that. But first, I need to get some more of these black plates, kind of pieces like those that I used on the sides, just to go on the top so I can fill in that area and then work on the terrain from there. And again, sit back and relax because here's a time lapse of me building all this. And if you couldn't tell from that time lapse, I was literally just pulling all of the bricks off of my Hoth base that I never completed. I don't really get a lot of comments about the base anymore, pretty much because people have forgotten about it. But I don't really like to build things that people have done before. I like to kind of create new stuff, just like this base that I have out here, where it's more original. Like a million people have done Hoth bases, and I think that's why I kind of got tired of it. Like, it was a cool base, I could have made it look really neat, but just so many people have done it, so I kind of lost a bit of interest for it. So I'm trying to work out right now how many plates I need and what kind of pieces I need so I can finish up the top of this, and I thought I'd just explain to you guys how I do that. So instead of buying a bunch of pieces that I probably won't need, or some of them won't fit, and having leftovers where I could have saved money, what I do is, because I have a pretty big collection, I can afford to put a bunch of pieces on here, whatever colors, it doesn't matter. I don't have any of these pieces in black, obviously, because I need some. And then I'll lay out a bunch of parts like this, and then I'll pull all these off and then put them into a wish list on Bricklink and figure out what I need. And then if it's in like weird spots like this where I have this thin line that I need to, fill in, I don't want to put a bunch of 1x8 plates, all the way down and risk them slipping through or whatever. So you can do a little bit of quick math by like adding up the one side of all these pieces all the way down and, doing some multiplication and division to figure out how many of what plate you need. So that's what I did. So now I'm gonna create a Bricklink wish list and figure out what I need. So I would have had this video out sooner, except for the fact that I was waiting for this package to come in. It took almost 3 weeks to get here. It's finally here. I can use the parts in it to complete some more of the inside of the base, so let's do that now. So I emptied out all the parts from the bags, and over here we have some 1x6s, some 1x4s, and then this is just a mixed group of stuff. So we got some corner pieces that are bricks, so 1x2s, some plates, some 1x2 tiles because, 1x2 plates because I've almost completely run out of them from making the ladders inside the base. And then I have one chair that I needed for the little room that I made for meetings to happen inside the base, and then also this panel piece for the door. So essentially with those parts, I want to fill up the rest of this room, like fill the walls up a little bit more just to get them to the right level. And then I need to figure out how high I want these pieces to slide the doors across and how I want to integrate them into the wall to make it look more like a little more natural. And there's just a couple bits and pieces that I'm going to be putting elsewhere, so I'll come back after that and show you guys what I made. Alright, so this is what the meeting room is looking like now. So firstly, I added that new chair that I got to the spot that's missing. Now I have all the chairs that I need. I also made these walls a little bit higher, actually a couple blocks higher, so that's really nice. I added a little code there to open up the door. And then on this side, I did have a square piece there, but I took it out. I made this little bit here to make the wall look a little bit more interesting, but it's too mechanical and I'm not sure if it matches well with like a meeting room kind of vibe. So I think I'll end up taking that out and maybe I'll incorporate it somewhere in the back. And just like before, these doors open up, except now I have the arches on the doors. Those doors do get a little bit stuck, so sometimes you have to lift them up a little bit, but it's not too bad, and I really like this square opening. So on the outside here, obviously, we got the door that I had in there before, but I built up the sides a little bit more, and I added that ladder piece with those, I don't know, grabby pieces in the middle. I just kind of came up with that off the top of my head. Not really super interesting. I might change it eventually, but I think the door with the sides of it and the Wookiees going into it makes it look pretty intimidating, so I think that's pretty nice. And then the square piece that I took out of there, that ended up all the way over here with the other one that I had there. So I used to just have one in the center. Now they're both side by side, and I used those corner pieces that I got from this haul on the edges there, and then on the top of it. It isn't really legal, kind of what I did. There is a bit of a gap there with those side mounted pieces, but I put them on the top. And then on top of those, I put those grates over top of it. I think I'll leave that. It is like pretty bland being all just tiled off like that. But I like it for now, so I'll probably leave it. And then the triangle piece that I wanted to go on that side to match the one over there, I ordered one in my Bricklink order, but I think I accidentally got the wrong one. So this is the triangle piece that I got in my order, and it's 3 blocks high, not 2 like the other one. So I'm not sure if that was my fault or not. I haven't even looked at the order yet, just because I was waiting for it for so long and I didn't actually feel like checking it. Because even if something was wrong, I'm probably not gonna ask for anything else because it'll take too long anyways. So that's too bad, but you know, I can use this kind of pieces for other things, so it's not that big of a deal. So that is all I'm going to be doing in this video. Like I said before, I had most of this video done. I was just waiting on that one package to come in, so that was too bad, but I got it all finished now. Another note is that I'm all finished school now for the summer, so I'll be able to spend more time making videos, building the base, so that'll be really nice. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.